Right, welcome
Welcome.
to another. It's fine.
Welcome. Fuck, it's my show. Taken over now. Bye. Right, go.
No, you can. It is your show. It's about all of us. Yeah. Anyways, welcome to another episode of KOTOT. I have a good friend of mine, Sabrina, on the sofa, who's also a mum. To Javier,
Yes.
who is one.
Yes. Yeah.
2 later on this year.
Yeah, in October he'll be 2.
And yeah, so I'll start off with giving you the floor. I've already taken it, but
Smashed that off you.
yeah, tell us a bit about Sabrina. Who's Sabrina?
Okay, I am Sabrina, obviously. I am now 37. Oh my gosh, actually. 37, I'll be 30.
You actually?
Yeah, I know. I'll be 38 this year. I think, yes, I am 38. I don't even know what day of the week it is sometimes, but hey. So 38 this year. Had Javier then at 36, 37, because obviously the birthday fallings.
Yeah.
My first child as well. So
Yeah.
yes. Much later than I thought. I'd at least wanted to be pregnant at 35. That just did not happen. For whatever reason. We can maybe go into it later. So yeah, now I've just gone back to work actually in November. So I am a new working mum for the last, let's say, 2 months, because we then shut down for Christmas and we've just gone back.
Yeah.
So
You've just got me thinking. We met 2017, I think it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
How has it been that long?
I don't know.
That's actually scared me a little bit. To be like, yeah, because we met before I got married to Alex.
Yeah, you were.
Because I was planning my wedding.
Yeah.
Literally in the trenches of that.
Yes, you was. In the trenches of that. And,
and you were there throughout my first pregnancy.
Yes, I was.
Yeah.
Yeah. And shall I say the feet swelling under the table?
Oh my gosh. I have the worst pregnancies. I do have the worst pregnancies.
Because I didn't have any version.
Yeah.
I must admit. I kept thinking, and I did actually replay in my head that you were like, I can only wear flip-flops. Because my feet won't fit in anything else. And I was like, oh my God, my feet are going to swell. This is going to happen. But
no.
Not to be big-headed, but it didn't happen.
You had smooth pregnancies. Your pregnancy wasn't...
It was fine, actually.
Fine.
My pregnancy was fine. It was very smooth. Morning sickness.
Yeah.
Which was not fun. Or they say morning sickness. It's just sickness whenever.
Yeah.
And that was it. Maybe a bit tired every now and then.
Yeah.
But I think that's, again, getting up, going to work and trying to do everything, aren't you?
Whereas, mine were literally trenches. Remember I had acne with Esme?
Yes.
I had pregnancy acne.
Yes.
I had the swelling feet.
Yes.
And I think that was the worst of it with Esme. I was a little bit tired, but not anything that's beyond the ordinary. Eli, let's reel it off. What did we have? I was anemic. I had morning sickness quite badly, so I couldn't eat at all. Had to be hospitalised a couple of times. He almost came out early at 6 months.
Yes.
And then I had the swollen feet again, couldn't walk, couldn't do anything. Then I got sciatica on both sides with Eli. If I had Eli first, I probably would never have kids again.
It makes you wonder, doesn't it? When you hear about these pregnancies, like, why would you do it again?
Their kids are addictive. Like, once you have one and they grow to a certain stage, Javier's still quite a baby. It's when he starts doing the nursery things and he doesn't want you anymore and stuff, you're like, oh, I want another one because you're big now.
Yeah. And I agree. I think I can already slightly see. I'm like, oh, you're not going to want me soon.
Yeah.
And a lot of people say the same thing. I've even had men say to me that, they wish once they got to 10 or something like that, they could recap and just have them small again.
Yeah.
And I'm like, really?
And start again, yeah.
But then once you have your own one, you can see that you want to start again and do it all again.
Yeah. Which is bonkers, considering we complain about it.
I know, it's really strange. The pregnancy can be really unfun, but yet what actually does come out is very adorable.
It is.
It's very adorable.
Minus, well, just for people to know, Sabrina can't sit on certain parts of the sofa because it's wet.
I shouldn't laugh. I have this all
because my beautiful, handsome, wonderful son decided to take a black felt tip, and write all over my sofa. But it's coming out. I've just got to do another wash, but it's getting there. But anyways, I digress. Right, so you've started your mum journey, well, last year.
Yep.
No, it wasn't last year, it was the year before.
2023.
Yeah, 23.
Yeah, 2020.
Oh my gosh. I gave birth to Eli in March. Yeah. And then Javier was born in October.
2020.
Yeah, so, because when I came to your wedding.
Yes.
Eli.
Yes. Oh my God. When you look at it like that, it's like, oh my God. Okay, yeah. You were
crazy, isn't it? I was breastfeeding and he pooped just before your ceremony.
Oh, that I didn't know. That I didn't know. I never get to go off to the toilet to breastfeed, actually, yes. And then, I was pregnant. It doesn't really clock at the same time, does it?
Yeah. So luckily, this is again off topic, but on your wedding day, I was just like to my mum, let's just get there early. I just don't want to risk it. Just in case he wants to nap, let's just get there early. So we got to your wedding about 45 minutes before the ceremony.
Yeah.
So we're there getting out, go out to pick him up. And he was in his cute little outfit, then lift him out the car seat. And because he was wearing shorts, I just saw yellow drip down his foot, his leg. I went, no. The wedding hasn't even started. No. I was like, okay, hopefully it's just like, it's not bad.
Yeah.
Lifted him up, all up his back, everything. And remember, it was really windy.
Yes, it was a windy.
So we had to then change him completely in the back seat.
Oh no!
No, in the boot.
Right.
But I couldn't salvage his entire outfit at all. So he ended up wearing his emergency romper, which was a one piece, but he had a little bow tie and a shirt and everything. Had to change it. So by the time you came down, I was fed up. I was just like, I'm done. Javier's here now.
Yes.
How was that transition from being normal Sabrina into Sabrina the mummy now?
How was that transition? It's a hard one, to be honest. You really have to change your mindset and your day-to-day routine. So let's say before Javier, you'll obviously get up, go to work, you do your chores, your cleaning, whatever you want to call it. You can do your hair, you can do your makeup, you can pick your outfit. Yes. I'm gonna wear heels, I'm gonna wear flats, I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna take that for lunch. It's so easy. And then the little one comes along and you literally don't have time to go to the toilet.
Yeah.
So it's a completely different world. I don't know what it is about when they come along that makes it so much different. Is it because you are just looking after someone?
They take over your life.
They do.
I think like your brain gets rewired to just focus on this one little person, that everything else that used to matter ceases.
Yes. But it takes a little while for the things that used to matter to disappear, though.
Yeah.
So I don't know about you, and very early for me is that I still wanted to the cleaning, put everything away, everything needs to be tidy. I'm still going to get up, I'm going to have a shower, go to the loo, have my breakfast. And bear in mind, I had a C-section, so I couldn't really get around anyway. Then I had a little breakdown for the first 2 weeks. The doctor's like, you need to stop doing everything in the house. And it takes a little while for me, to realise that things in the house don't matter. And you do just have to look after this one little baby. And they take over. Yeah. It's all about them. And everything just gets forgotten and left behind. And you'll be lucky if you have food in the fridge sometimes. I used to panic about people coming around and be like, I have no biscuits. My husband was like, you can't.
When I came round, I finished your biscuits, didn't I?
Yes, I think so. You were snacking on my biscuits because you had been, I think, so busy. You're like, this is the only thing I've eaten. I was like, have them all.
There's an element of nesting as well that continues past when the baby is born, particularly when they're new. When they're like fresh, you've just had it. Mm-hmm. I remember I used to, because I had a cat, I used to hoover the air. Yeah. Because I'd see like a cat hair and I'd be like, no, there can't be any cat hair. Yeah. And I was like, what are you doing? I was like, there's cat hair.
Look like a mad lady.
It's obviously unrealistic because I can't maintain that.
No, definitely not. No, but I think you're right. There was definitely nesting still afterwards. There's still nesting before and afterwards, which again takes over.
The thing is, when babies come, what I found is like I had a really like Esme gave me a false sense of security when she was born because she was so easy.
Mm-hmm.
Before 3 months, they just lay there. They don't do anything. So you feel like, this is all right.
Yeah.
Then they start moving.
Yeah.
Then they start drawing on your sofas, putting your phone in the toilet.
We haven't got there yet. I haven't got there yet. Other than actually the toothbrush went down the toilet on Sunday. Saturday, whatever day it was. I was like, okay, we're not brushing your teeth anymore, are we? Because I literally to the bin. Wash your hands, please. Lucky the toilet was clean. I said to my husband today, I was like, I've ordered 3 toothbrushes to come now, just in case this happens
again. Yeah. But it's things like that you just go, you can't plan for it.
No, God, no. You really can't.
It happens. And that's it. So you had a C-section.
Yep.
You had to adjust to
literally
not moving, and you were so fit.
Yes.
I used to look at you and just be like, wow.
Yes. So I used to go to the gym 3 or 4 times after work in the week. And then, oh gosh, and then when I went through COVID, it was even worse. I was exercising twice a day, near enough every day.
And walking.
Yeah. So, and the rowing machine and a personal trainer. Yeah. And I borrowed weights from the gym and everything else. So basically now I'm 67 kgs and I was down to 58 kgs. So there's a big difference there, isn't there? So I was nice and fit, and then have a baby, and then I was like, I can't move, I can't walk, I can't sit up, I can't in theory lift the baby. Oh God, I'm getting in and out of the bed.
Yeah.
Can't even get in and out of the bed without hurting. I literally I rolled off the bed one day. It's just easier. I was like, I can't bend. I'm just gonna roll out the bed. I had enough of it all kind of. So that takes a lot to get used to, that you can't even physically get around sometimes. No.
What was that like for your mental state? Because you've gone from being so fit and doing all of this great stuff, which if you can give me your motivation, send it to me. And with exercise you get all the happy endorphins and all of those good stuff, and your body's used to it because you were doing it for years. What was that transition like for you, to be from going to having all of that to effectively stopping completely because you had to recover and you had to give your body the time to recover? Then you've now got you've been reprogrammed to prioritize Javier, and you've got no choice in that whatsoever because your life is now all about him. What was that like for you?
It's really hard. I tried to keep up with some gymnasts before he was born, so when I was pregnant.
Yeah.
But the tiredness took over. I didn't want to lift any weights. I had no motivation. I became a bit of a couch potato, let's say.
Welcome to the club.
And I just remember being like, I just can't want to do anything. And then when he was born, you kind of think, okay, I'm going to get up, I'm going to walk, and I'm going to do X, Y, and Z, and go outside, and it will all come back to me. C-section obviously writes that all off. That's a good 6 weeks. So it's hard to get the motivation back, and it really eats inside of me, because if I can't then walk or exercise, I then take it out on the cleaning. So I was forever cleaning the house, frantically cleaning it like I was a mad person. And when I then finally managed to go out walking, I don't know about you, but the first walk on your own, it's actually quite nerve-wracking.
Yes.
And it was freezing cold, because obviously October, November. And I just remember stressing about walking, that I literally put your fingernails into your hand on the handlebar, and I was so nervous to go anywhere the first couple of times. And it's all this and if he wakes up and he screams and he cries, everyone's gonna look at me like I'm a bad mum. And it's but the boy's just hungry.
Yeah.
But then the panic thing is how do I feed you while I'm walking if I'm breastfeeding? And
oh my gosh,
I know all of this stuff. So it's been quite hard. It's been difficult. And then I managed to get help from my mum, as in, okay, now I'm going to go to the gym on my own. She's like, yeah, I will come have him for a couple of hours. So unless you've got the support
Yeah.
or someone that can have your child to find yourself again or get back into what you were doing before can be quite stressful, let's say, and daunting and scary.
I get that. I totally get that. I didn't get back into it like at all. When I had Esme, when I had Esme, I was like tiny. I was very, very small when I had Esme, and I was doing Insanity and all of this rubbish. It's not rubbish, but now I've had 2 kids.
It's rubbish.
I can't believe I was doing that. And then it took me about a year to lose my baby weight from Esme, get back into a routine where I was actually walking and doing all of that kind of stuff. I was exactly like you, thinking, yes, I can just go back straight into it. How hard can it be? But that wasn't my reality, particularly when I went back to work. I was just like, oh, I don't have the mental capacity to even do it.
No, and I can
even
see
if I
that,
wanted to. I did eventually, but it just took time. And I didn't give myself the grace and space that I needed to be like, it's okay. If it's going to take you a year, it's going to take you 2 years, that's okay. Just don't put yourself under too much pressure.
No, that's definitely true. As much as I went back to the gym, because like I said, my mum had my little one, that was great. It then became too tiresome, I think. And then I kind of fell off the bandwagon of them going to the gym on the Thursdays. So then it was like, oh, I'm going to try mum and baby kind of thing. And for me, that just didn't work for me. I found that when Javier was with me, I was too distracted and I was looking at him more than probably even trying to work out. I don't know if it's my first one and it's why. But it was like, I can't have him around to exercise, I'd noticed. And then it made me feel even more guiltier because obviously in my head was like, I want to go to the gym without my child.
Yeah.
But I'm a new mum and he's only so old and everyone else is taking their babies with them to the mum classes. And I never actually probably said I actually had a really bad gym experience.
Oh no.
So I don't think I should say because it's a brand. Basically, there's a gym in where I live.
Yeah.
And it's mum and baby class.
Yeah.
So not the ones by the council, it's a gym doing it. And I went one time without Javier and I was like, well, he's asleep. And my mum was there. So I came by myself. She's like, okay. Cool. A couple of weeks or a month later, I went again without Javier for some reason. I think, again, my mum was around. I was like, okay, I'm going to go to this session, not that session. Didn't take Javier. And she's like, you are meant to bring your baby. It's a mum and baby group. And I was like, okay. And I don't know what happened in my head. I just kept replaying it like I'd been told off. And I just started crying. I had to leave the gym.
No.
The lady, though, she then came and had a chat with me. She's like, oh, I didn't mean to tell you off. And I was like, oh, my hormones are everywhere. I just wanted to come to the gym on my own. I feel so guilty. Everyone else is with their baby and I don't want to be with my... I just want to work out. So it's really quite hard to just get back into your normal self because you're juggling everything, and mum guilt is a big one, isn't it, that comes up. So
don't feel bad. I always run away from my kids.
Which just makes me laugh hysterically because
I love my children.
I know you do, that's why it makes me laugh
sometimes. Go away.
And it's weird, I have that little bit in my head, but I don't know if it's because I can see my child. I'm like, oh, I feel so bad. But I do have it in my head where I might just go away.
It's normal, though. It is completely normal. Like, you listened to the whole thing with Erica, and I went on a trip with Erica to Rome. And this is after we'd had the summer holiday, and I had August with both my children full-time at home. So I had Eli. Eli wasn't even 1 at that point. Was he? No, he was 1. Esme is 5. So it was just so full on. And I remember just going, when we got to Rome, I said to Erica, I just want to eat pasta and drink. Don't ask me any questions. I'm not making any decisions. If you say we're going left, we go left. If you say we're going right, we go right. I just need a break. And I remember telling Alex, and I was like, I'm going to Rome. He was like, are you? I was like, yeah. Well, what's going to happen with the kids? I was like, I don't know. I need to figure it out. Call my mum, work something out with my mum, but I'm not making the plans for you because I need a break. I love my kids. My kids come before anything, but I was going to have a nervous breakdown because it was too much.
Yeah.
Absolutely too much. And that's when I was just like, you know what? I probably want to go back to work.
It's like time to go. Peace and quiet.
I tried the housewife life. It's not for me.
I don't think I haven't tried it. I don't think I could do it. Well, I say I haven't tried it, but I guess let's say 3 months, because you don't get any money, do you? Maternity money. I was probably doing housewife life. Mum.
It's not the same with a baby.
It really isn't.
It's not the same with a baby, because that's a special time in itself. When you transition from the baby being, you know, that under 1, and you're starting to have someone who's like coming up to 2 and going to nursery, and you're in the routine, they're 2 very different things. And I think, not saying that there's anything wrong with being a housewife, I've done it. It wasn't for me because I felt like it was a scam, because I had no respite.
Yeah.
So it was my routine was 24/7 with the children, doing stuff for the children, doing stuff for the family. If when Eli and Esme went to school and nursery, I would come back home. Yes, I'd probably have a tea, or sometimes I'd go for breakfast and meet some friends, which was okay. But then I'll be like, right, laundry. What do we need to do for the house? What do we need to do for this? I need to do food shop. I need to make sure they've got dinner. Then the kids have got all these extracurricular activities. Yeah. And then all of this and all this. So my entire life was centered around the kids.
Yeah.
And there was no break, because when they came back from school, then my next shift then started.
Yeah.
And it was just...
It's just constant.
Constant. But now I've started working again. I'm just like, when I go to work, I'm just Rivimbo.
Yes.
I'm not Rivimbo their mum. I'm just Rivimbo. And then I like that, personally.
I think I do as well, though. So, obviously, just going back, everyone's like, has it been really hard to leave Javier? And I was like, no. I'm putting this space like, no. But I feel like I should be saying, yes, it's really hard to leave him. But I feel like you're getting yourself back for a little bit. And you're not just thinking about next thing. And it's thinking for yourself, thinking for your son or your daughter. But you're also thinking for the rest of the, like you say, the house and your husband or your partner or whatever. It's tiring.
And it feels like it doesn't have an end.
It doesn't have an end.
I wouldn't change it for the world. I'll still do it every single day, but sometimes I'm just like, oof, just give me a moment just to breathe. Like, literally, I just need a day. Not even a day. Give me 3 hours.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
Yeah.
And I don't need that much time. It's just a little snippet. And that snippet is enough just to
get you back.
Get me back.
Yeah.
It takes so long to even readjust after having a baby.
Yes. Yeah.
Hormones.
Yep.
The whole lot.
Yep.
I'm not even recovering from Eli, because I'm not even at the 2-year mark, and I've decided to do it all over again.
Didn't know we were saying that. So yes, you're doing it all again.
I'm doing it all again, which means my hormones are going to be imbalanced for 4 years.
Oh my gosh.
Literally in one shot. You're still in your...
You're
coming out of yours at some point this year.
I hope so. I really hope so.
How are you feeling?
Today, quite good.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Today's good.
You with me?
Yeah, maybe that's it. Actually, yeah. Put this. Today, really good. But there has been ups and downs. So, like I said, the gym was a really bad one. I was crying. So, not when I say I was crying my eyes out. I was hyperventilating, let's say, almost.
Aww.
Couldn't catch my breath. And like I said, the lady was lovely. She's like, what's going on? I was like, I don't know. Sorry, people. I've just been taking a new pill for like the last 10 days. I didn't want to eat. I don't want to do this. I feel really weak and overanalyzing everything and anything kind of thing. So, which I don't know if you did take the pill or anything after Eli?
No.
No, so you've been...
Yeah.
So now
I've got the app
got the app.
and it works so much. We'll talk about that later. Yeah.
So then you're adding another chemical into your hormones, which is then playing around with your hormones. Then you're taking it back out. Then you're changing yourself again. So then you have to find yourself again, and then your hormones are probably just changing for changing, because they change when you're pregnant, so they change back again. I'm still finding now that I'm not right. I had, you can probably hear it, my nasal problem that I managed to get rid of before having Javier. Then I get pregnant and it comes back, and they're like, we can't do anything because you're pregnant. It's just the hormones. It's like, come back afterwards. Lo and behold, next week I am going to have that looked at. So it does take forever. I had like, I can never say it properly, the thing that affects the bottom of your feet, plantis.
Oh, I don't even know that was a thing.
So there's a thing that like affects your feet, and it's like the arches of your feet, and there's all the muscles in there. So I never had this problem, other than when I had a really bad pair of running trainers that fucked my feet up. Sorry.
Yeah.
So I kind of know what it is, and I just couldn't walk. I couldn't walk up the stairs, and I've like spoke to the health advisor. She's like, "Oh yeah, I've had this when I was pregnant." So basically, it's just your feet going back to normal from where you've been pregnant. I was like, "Great! So I can't walk. This is fun."
How is that even a thing?
I don't know.
When do your feet get changed?
I don't know. So it's really weird. And then she goes, "Did you used to wear heels every day?" I was like, "Yeah." She goes, "Well, try wearing heels. You know, might need to wear heels around the house." I was like, "Who wears heels with a newborn?" I was like, "It's not going to happen, is it?" So yeah, my feet had to readjust. It was so weird. I would wake up crying again because I couldn't physically put my feet to the floor without having a pain in it until it all stretched out. Yeah, until they stretched back out again in the mornings. It's been like all these weird little things that they don't tell you about that you don't know about, and everyone's going to be different. Not everyone's going to have it.
Yeah, because I didn't even know that was a thing, and I've had 2 kids.
Exactly. So you've not had the problem. I feel like my feet went up half a size. I had to get new shoes and like new trainers. And I was like, this is ridiculous. So readjusting back is quite hard. And going back to my nose, I actually had a conversation with my husband this morning. It didn't go too well because he's like, "You sure it's just not a mental problem?" I was like, "Oh, don't you go there?
No,
get ready for work." I was like, "You really? You want to have a conversation?"
I love you, but that's danger zone.
It was a danger zone because I was basically saying I physically feel ill all the time. I feel run down. I feel tired.
Yeah,
probably a bit like when you're pregnant. Like, and I have been saying for a little while, I was like, "I'm gonna get a full blood test."
Yeah.
But I said to him, "There's definitely something wrong with my immune system now, like since I've had the little one, so I'm still adjusting, and appointments coming out my ears soon to have it all sorted out." But yeah, it's weird. Like I said, we literally are having this conversation at the moment at home because I just don't feel right. I really don't.
Give yourself time. It literally takes. I didn't feel right until well after Esme was 2. Genuinely, where I felt back to myself, and that's when I started to go back. That's when I lost all the weight, everything.
Yeah.
And then with Eli, like, well, you see, I haven't lost all the weight. I'm still back. I've lost some. Yeah. I've lost quite a bit. I've lost over 10 kilos. But even that has taken a while. And there's nothing I can do. I've got to give myself the grace because I'll go crazy otherwise.
Yes, I think you can send yourself crazy. I think I've had my crazy moments of probably shouting at my husband because I just don't feel right. Yeah. To which then it's weird because you don't feel right. I don't know about you and your husband, but they obviously want the normal relationship that was before kids. And you're like, well, I just don't feel like myself, so we're not going to have the normal relationship we had. Plus there's a child running around.
Yeah.
And again, there was a bunch of us at the weekend we're all different ages. Most of them have got 2 kids. Some of us got 1. Grown up, 6. I think the eldest was 6 or 7, and the youngest was 10 months.
Yeah. And
this again, conversation kind of came up. Yeah. Like, I say kind of came up because it was more like I don't know why my husband brought this up. I can't quite remember how this was going. But basically, he went around to everyone. So, how often do you have sex now that you have kids like this? And one of the girls was saying, "No, like, forget about the sex bit." She's like, "But us women do not feel normal. We don't feel good about ourselves. Our hormones are everywhere." She's like, "If we don't feel good,
I'm not opening my legs if I'm not okay."
No.
I've had to... Let's talk about this because this is something that I've had so many conversations with, and I think there is so much pressure on a woman to just go back to normal a lot of the times. And when you actually start talking to people, you realise that no, they don't. And it was so weird. So after Esme, we were back on it. I had an episiotomy with Esme. Because she wouldn't come out, but she had to come out, so I had to cut me to get her out. When I tell you, the minute my stitches dissolved, I was back at it. I remember literally I was back at it, like, yeah, just crack on. Fine. Got my coil put in, yeah.
Oh, sorry, go on.
Yeah. And then that was fine. No problem whatsoever. Eli comes along. Don't come anywhere near me. I swear to God.
I remember
if you give me any sort of sexual advance, I'm gonna kick you out this house.
I mean, that's where we are.
That's for a good 3 months. A good 3 months, and that's me being conservative. It probably was a lot longer than that.
I'll be honest with you, because obviously I had the C-section, which I think took like 3 months to get over that.
Yeah,
that's a weird one. Sorry, let's say anyway. Then the tiredness. Then just not feeling yourself. Then, let's say, because I breastfed for 5.5 months, and then my period started. Then you got your periods, then you get this, and then it just goes around in a vicious little circle. And then it's like, oh yeah, okay, I feel okay today. Let's go. But like, I was the same as you. Do not judge me.
Yeah.
Don't come near me. But you say, like, let's talk about how often people have sex and people seem to think it just goes back to normal. I've got one friend, again, she's a bit like, she's like, I just can't be bothered. And her son's a week younger than Javier. So we're obviously in the same month kind of situation. She's like, we just don't really do anything. And I think she felt guilty and bad. And I was like, we're not really either. And she said, it's not that I don't want to be with my husband. She goes, I'm just so tired and like running after them.
And if you don't feel yourself, if you don't feel normal, then how are we going to do that?
I know as females, we don't feel normal, we don't feel sexy, and we don't feel our normal shape and size and everything else. And I know our husbands will probably say, yeah, bed is fine, but unless you feel it inside, you're not really going to get all geared up and feel nice and put your nice clothes on, or you're probably not even backing your nice clothes with your nice underwear. You're probably still wearing a nursing bra. You're like, let's take that off. No. I'll take that off for one reason, but do you know what I mean? Like, it's not like I want to fling it around and let's go kind of thing. It's like, oh yeah, that's nursing bra, cool, yeah. Let's take
if you're in the middle of it and then you start, because your body's hot, guess what happens?
Yes. Like, don't touch me there.
Yeah, your breasts just start spraying milk.
Just like, and it's all a bit weird. And I think they think because women do this, it's all natural and normal and you should be okay with it. It's like, actually, no, I'm not okay with this. It's not normal for me. It's what
it's such a crazy situation. And I struggled with Eli because with Esme I was back on it. I went like, Esme, no problem, it was fine. I was like literally going to Ann Summers and finding stuff that would work, and I could put my little nipple pads in there to catch all the milk, and we were absolutely fine. Then it came to Eli. I was just like, babe, I love you, and I know that last time it wasn't like this, but this time round there's nothing in me that has any sexual desire whatsoever, and I'm so sorry. We can try little things. So we were trying little things, and it was more so out of guilt and out of feeling like I'm obliged to do it. Yeah. Rather than, oh, I really want to. Yummy, my husband. Like, it wasn't that way, and it's taken time. Obviously, I'm pregnant again, so we're back at it.
Yeah.
But it literally took me, me saying 3 months, that's probably the first time we did it after Eli. And after that,
another 3 months. Maybe 2.5.
I feel so sorry for him. But it was afterwards, and I think I only got back to normal in 2024, and I had Eli in 2023.
Oh, that's good then. That sounds about right for us as well then.
So literally, and it's taken a while, and it's not normal like I was the first time round. And when I say normal, it's not, I've got 2 kids. I can't do what we used to do before, Because before even when we just had Esme, we had a lot more free time, and Esme was a much easier child than Eli. Esme didn't sleep in our bed. Esme was in her room from 3 months.
Oh, well.
And she never came back unless if she was sick.
Yeah.
Eli was in our bed last night.
So, but he wasn't sick.
But he wasn't sick. It's just Eli. Okay. And he's 2 in March.
You like it up.
So it's different, and the dynamic is different. And I know there's some people that I've spoken to that have tried going to sex therapists and stuff just to try and get back there. And I always say there's actually nothing wrong with you as a woman. There's physically nothing wrong with you. You will get back there. It may just look different to what it used to be. And as and when you're comfortable, then you can go through that. But what worked well I'll just use my personal circumstance, what worked for us is that whole journey of rediscovering myself from a sexual perspective. I actually used to sit down with Alex and be like, right, let's talk, because this is how I feel. Like, and I'd be like, and simple things like my boobs. I don't find sexual pleasure in my boobs anymore because they're feeding tubes for my kids. So particularly after we'd had Eli, and Eli breastfed for longer than Esme. Eli crossed over well past the year mark. So at that point we were getting back into it, and Alex would be like, trying to be all, I was like, no, don't touch my boobs. Don't touch my boobs.
They're really
don't, because I use them to feed the kids. So my association for my breasts is now with the kids also. So we actually had to go, okay, so that won't turn me on anymore, so don't touch my breasts. Let's figure out what's the next thing, what's this. And this is so crazy because it was so bizarre. We had to sit there and literally figure it out and talk through it. The most awkward thing I've ever done, considering how intimate I've been with him for such a long time. Yeah. We've been together, 13 years?
Congratulations.
And yet now, thank you. And yet now we had to sit there and go, right, so yeah, this works for me now. But this doesn't. Yeah, I know I used to like that. Not so much anymore.
And again, it's probably like you say, we're getting back to normal, getting back to finding yourself, and again, it's got to be hormones and stuff like that, and your mindset changes and everything. But I agree, we were similar. Probably didn't do it such a sophisticated way. Mine was probably more like, don't go there. What are you doing? Like he didn't know what he was doing. Bless him. Probably gave him a little complex, but hey. But no, that's probably a really good way of doing it, actually. I probably should have sat down and actually spoke about it rather than like the smack of a hand.
We only did that because I had got to a point where I was just like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Because I just didn't feel myself.
But then, sorry, gotta just jump inside myself. Did you speak to anyone about it though, your friends? Or did you
not in detail?
Yeah.
I listened to podcasts.
Oh, did you?
I listened to podcasts, yeah.
I think I've just hid it instead.
Yeah.
Other than that one friend.
Which is exactly why. When we were talking earlier about the whole reason why of doing KOTOT is because as women, we all go through these things, but we don't necessarily talk about it. And then we end up feeling like absolute rubbish because we don't talk about stuff like this. And yet every woman I've spoken to who's had a child has gone through this exact thing.
Same as.
And I'm just like, so why do we not talk about it? We talk about the kids pooping and stuff.
And developing and what they're doing and what they're not doing.
But us as women, we're not talking about the stuff that actually impacts us. And it's part and parcel of motherhood, but it's the bits that you're sort of left to do by yourself.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. Because I don't think there's even a mum group that you can have this discussion in. I don't think. I really haven't seen anything like that. It's more about you and baby, isn't it?
Yeah. Plus all the mum groups. Well, I know you've been through this where mum groups feel very judgy sometimes.
Oh, yes.
And they shouldn't be. But I found some mum groups, majority, very cliquey.
Oh, very cliquey. Very, very cliquey, I would say. And I think depending on where you live, it could be even worse.
Yeah. What was your experience of?
So I needed to get out I need to try a different group, let's say, because I was going to the same one, and it was a bit pointless because you had a long line of us. The top half would talk to each other because they knew each other, and the bottom half were just like, oh yeah, okay. So I thought I'd try something new. I get there, and there's one lady sitting down. I was like, okay. One lady changing her baby. So I was like, okay. And then me. So the girl's sitting down, or the lady's sitting down. Is it always like this? I said to her. She's like, no, it's just a bit quiet. I was like, okay. And then the girl that's changing her little one comes out, or the lady again, sorry. Comes and sits down. So I try and muster up the whole thing of, do you normally come here? How old's your daughter or your son? The standard questions.
Yeah.
And then we managed to fumble through them, let's say, with this one lady, and then her friends come over. And then they literally just talk amongst themselves, the two of them. Bear in mind, we're on a little square mat. Yeah, blatantly can see each other.
Yeah.
Can see you two are talking, I'm not. And they must have known each other, because I think one was getting married and I think the other one was somehow maybe related-ish, or was definitely going to the wedding, let's put it that way.
Yeah. Oh, if you're going to the wedding, you know each other.
Can't remember if she was a bridesmaid or a family member down the line, do you know what I mean? Or something like that. And this session's for about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. It's
a long session.
It's a long session. It's in a cafe. You pay for it. You get your drink and your cake. And I just got bored because I was sitting on my own with my little one on the same mat, not talking. So he has a feed and we have the nappy change, and then I was like, okay, I'm going to go because I've not spoken to you two since I've got here and since your friends come and sat with you.
And you're not interested to even learn about me because you don't actually care.
That was the thing. There was no questions back. So there was no oh, how old's your son? And if you've been here before? And how did you find all the silly questions? Or where else could you go? And the most ironic thing was the lady that I was talking to at first was saying that her daughter needed to move up into the next group of heartbeats. I never went to it. So I think they have different groups. Yeah. And she was going, how hard it is to go into a group and how nerve-wracking it was. I was like, you're kidding me.
And yet you were treating me like this.
You just ignored me. And so when I left, I made it very clear, put my hand up nice and high, went, bye. They just looked at me. I was like, yeah, bye. But I was like, I never went back. And the guy that ran the cafe was like, oh, is it okay? And I felt like saying, no, they're just a bunch of twats up there. Yeah. But he can't control.
He can't, exactly.
So I was like, nah, it's fine. I'm just going to go home now. And I just never went back. And weirdly enough, went on Peanut. You had mentioned it before in your other podcast. And made a friend through that instead. And me and her didn't go to any groups in the end. And we just met up, the two of us. And that was it. Because she was having the same problem as well.
Yeah. And that's so sad. It goes back to the whole thing. There's topics that we could bring up in these sessions. Topics about adjusting when you've had a newborn, finding yourself again, sex, relationships with your partner, what does that look like, the dynamics. But there is no safe space. Even though the safe spaces are created, you can't force people to do that. And you've sort of end up having to find your own people to have these conversations. And then you've got to hope that the people that you find are willing to have those conversations, because so much changes, and some people rightly feel guilty sometimes because you don't know yourself what's going on within your body. You sometimes also feel like, if I don't know what's going on, how can I express myself to another person? How can I even figure out what's going on? How can I even advise somebody else when I don't know what's going on? I'm confused. I'm a lost God knows what's going on.
Really?
And it's unfortunate. It is really unfortunate. But fingers crossed, it will get better.
It does get better. I think it does get better. I think once you start getting into a little routine or getting yourself back, and probably realising that there are other people out there probably going through the same thing, that it's actually quite normal.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the whole holistic thing, sorry. So quite normal, because like I said, this conversation came up the weekend, and then we realised that one couple aren't even staying in the same bed because they got a 10-month-old. So it was like, you two blatantly aren't doing anything, are you? Sorry, there was a bit of a story behind that as well, because they'd gone away for the weekend over Christmas and they had no kids.
Yeah.
So apparently someone was very happy in the next morning because they'd gone as a group of friends and everyone's like, you're quite smiley today. So the husband had a good night. So like, I think my husband then started going, okay, this is quite normal and people do go through this. And one was saying like, us women were just so tired.
Yeah,
Just
can't do it.
Yeah.
And I feel, like I said, for Alex, I've just felt so bad for him because the first time round, it was like, oh, nothing really changed. He had 2-3 week break and
it's off we go.
Back to normal. And then he came back and it was a drought. He's like,
it's like a proper like.
And I remember he was like, have I done something? I was like, no, you haven't, babe. Like, honestly, you haven't. I just don't. But then he was like, well, I don't want to do anything now because I feel like you're just doing it out of obligation. And in my mind, I was like, yeah, but I can't tell you that.
Don't listen to this, Alex.
Just listen to all of them. Sorry, I love you, but it's the truth.
But no, hopefully this will help them because, like I said, there wasn't many people around, and I like to think I'm quite social. I like to talk to people.
Yeah.
But I did find that there wasn't many people around me while I was pregnant.
Mm.
And you obviously can't pick who's on maternity at the same time.
Yeah.
Your friends aren't on maternity at the same time. Your family aren't on maternity at the same time. And you do have to put yourself out there. And if not, you just get on with it.
Yeah.
And then all the things start going through your head.
Yeah. So what do you then do to help you keep on top of everything?
What do I then do? So I found actually speaking to my mum was the best one probably.
Yeah.
They've been there, they've done that. My mum and then another friend actually says she's 20 years older than me, so she's been there, done that.
Yeah.
I actually start not replaying, that's not the right word. I start thinking about when our parents had kids.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't spoken about. You didn't have the baby groups. You just basically stayed at home with your child and you kind of got on with it.
Yeah.
So a little bit of that is like, okay, let's go, let's think. Our parents didn't have all of this, so they got on with it. It's okay, it's fine. I'm going on a right tangent now, sorry. But I feel like today's society is like, you have to be super mum. You have to go here. You have to do this and take your kid here and be the best and show everyone that you're doing so amazingly. But actually, I preferred being quiet and kind of actually stepping back completely.
Yeah.
Just got on with it, really.
Yeah.
In the end, and made one good friend, a real good friend on maternity leave. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That we both were just like, yeah, you're free today. Yeah, cool, perfect. Let's go. Rather than okay, and at this time this group's on and I have to make sure he's fed and he's done this and I've done that and I've got to get there. And, oh God, and then I've got to have a small chat with I sound like a cow now. So. Whereas to me it was kind of just embracing the whole experience by myself and just having that one or two good people to
take each day as it comes and do it at your own pace.
Oh, 100%. 100% do it at your own pace. Take each day as it comes. Yeah, seriously, take each day as it comes.
Yeah.
Because if you start trying to plan what you're doing for the week, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Well, not for me anyway. It didn't happen for me. There were some mums I saw at these groups. I was like, oh my God, all done up. My hair's done. I'm just like, yeah, you're lucky if I've got clothes on.
Oh, like, well, you know me today. I've got no makeup on,
and she looks amazing.
It is what it is. Yeah. This is me.
Exactly.
You get me.
That's
as
how
you get me.
I got a bit like that. This is me today.
You get me as you get me. If it's a day that I can do that, can, draw eyebrows and all of that kind of stuff, then that's that day, but that's not today. And it's okay. I used to struggle a lot because a lot of my friends, my close friends, are the type that they don't leave the house normally without being perfect.
Yeah.
And they would be me, and I'm like, I've got a headscarf on because my hair's not done. I've just put on whatever I could find. I don't care if it matches or if it doesn't. But my kids are fine. My kids are
exactly
perfect. Me, I look like a tramp.
That's what I felt like. I never I've never not made an effort, like, a bit like you probably. And every day I was just like black leggings on a t-shirt. Done.
Yeah. Awesome. And I'm happy with this. And it's fine for me. I've got a question for you.
Okay.
That came from a guest of mine.
Okay.
That was sat where you are sitting. And their question was, if you could go back and change anything about your motherhood journey, what would that be?
Okay, my motherhood journey. So I'm hesitating because one is, for me, I always wanted to be pregnant when I was younger, so like 25. So we briefly mentioned this before we started. I actually said it was either yesterday or this morning. I literally was walking around going, I wish I'd done this younger.
Yeah.
So obviously being 36, 37, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so tired all the time. I've only got one. So maybe, yes, I would have done it younger. But then I hesitate because you can't experience it, you just don't know if it would actually be any different. Yeah. I do wonder a lot.
And would you have been in the space to do it? I'm on the same boat as you.
Yeah.
Well, you know this. Like, if I could have, I would have had them a lot younger. And I think maybe I'm thinking about it right now because I'm pregnant again and I've got 2 kids and I'm just like, oh my gosh, why am I doing this to myself right now again? What was I thinking? Just like the school run this morning. Just feeding them both, getting them both thing. And I get that Esme can do stuff herself now.
Yeah.
But it's still, get dressed. Oh, but mummy, get dressed. Eat your breakfast. Yeah, but I need to just eat your breakfast.
Just eat, please. I think that's the thing that, because they are so wanting to know everything and wanting to do everything. They just don't do what you ask. It makes it so tiring. But then I wonder, our parents were, well, my mum was 22, let's say.
Yeah.
Do you really know what you're doing at 22 now?
No. I used to think I was an adult. I really wasn't. It's I've now started adulting in my 30s.
Yes.
In my I look back in our 20s, like I had no Scooby what I was doing. And I like the fact that I did have responsibility because obviously I had Esme at 26, I think. 27, round about there. I think I gave birth when I was 26 and then I turned 27 a couple of months later.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so the majority of the early 20s, I didn't have that responsibility of a little child. And I had so much fun. And I don't think I would be able to have been able to do that because, you know, we talk about just going outside the house now. Yeah. I've got to think, right, am I taking the baby with me? Am I not? Even if I don't take the baby, I've got to be back in time to do X, Y, Z and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Whereas back then I could just be like, going out, see you later. Or I'm out and I just don't come back.
Yes, exactly. You didn't have to come back and do anything. Or pack a bag, take the baby with you, get some food, get this, nappies and clothes. So I wonder if our parents had energy at 22 to have us, which was probably great. But were they really at the right age? So that's why I wonder. So maybe it's trying to find the sweet spots. Maybe like 28 would have been a good age. Yeah. But then you need to be in the right place.
Exactly. You need to be in the right place mentally with your partner. If you choose to have it. And if it works out that way, because I know some people who've gone into it with somebody and thinking this is it. Yeah. And then it turns out this is not it. And sometimes you've just got to roll with the punches and work it out. But it is a lot easier if you've got someone who's in there 100% in it with you than if you're on your own. Yeah. So
that's what I would change. I would probably try it at a younger age.
Yeah. If we could. But then I wouldn't want to miss out on my 20s.
No, I wouldn't.
My early 20s, yeah. Because I liked all of that stuff.
Exactly.
So I'm like, catch-22. There's never a right time to have kids.
Never a right time to have kids.
Just have them when you have them.
I think you can't, you just got to go, like you say,
Yeah. So, passing the baton.
Okay.
Question for the next one that will sit on the sofa.
Okay, I'm just thinking because I've been thinking about this prior.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm deflecting a little bit because I kind of feel like we spoke about one question I already had.
Yeah.
So I don't. Why do you like the idea of it? Does it make it fun?
Yeah.
So the most funny now moment of a toilet situation with your little one. So, and I'm not joking, I actually thought about this prior to coming here, which is weird. I actually was thinking about this in my head because, can I ask my own question?
Yeah.
A bit like yours. We take Javier away for the first time ever on a plane, by the way.
Yeah.
You know, first time mum, first trip anywhere, and it's like, oh, this is going really well. Getting on the plane and everything's perfect. Literally walking up the stairs, and he just lets out the biggest poo, all out of his onesie again, or out of his bodysuit, out of his nappy. I was like horrified. It stinks. I was like, we need to take off. The plane needs to take off. Not we need to take off, the plane needs to take off, everyone needs to go on their holiday. And I've got to be like, can I change my little son because he stinks and he's got a poo up his back? And I was just like, oh my God. And it means Sergio being first time parents on a plane, like never been in the little changing.
Oh my gosh, I hate those toilets.
They're horrible. So then I'm trying to change Javier in the toilet. Sergio's like got the door open, like trying to pass things through. And I'm just like, oh, but I'm sure there's better stories than that. But it did make me think, what funny
What's
story.
the worst one? Yeah.
Because I reckon even with, let's say, toddlers, if you have mums with toddlers, there's going to be some interesting toilet situations.
Oh yeah.
Where it's been an absolute nightmare. It wasn't funny at the time, but now you think, okay.
I've got a few. I remember potty training Esme, and she was fine to wee, but she hated pooping.
Okay.
She hated seeing her poo. She didn't like it at all. And there was one day, literally, she came into, you know, my old house.
Yes.
The living room into the dining room. She was literally running up and down, up and down, up and down. And Alex is in the kitchen. You know where the kitchen was. Alex in the kitchen is like, what's going on? And I'm sat on the sofa. I was like, I don't know. Does she need the toilet? What's going on? And then she just stopped, cried, and the biggest turd, I swear to you,
I didn't know that.
just dropped on the floor.
See what I mean? There's got to be some funny stories.
And she burst into tears because she was just like, oh.
Oh my God. I have all this all to cover. Great.
So I had to comfort her.
Oh.
Alex is like, who's? I was like, that's your daughter, mate.
You can pick that one up.
You can deal with that. But with Eli's worst situation was your wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Luckily, we were 45 minutes early for your wedding, that we didn't miss the ceremony. Otherwise, we would have missed it because it literally took 20, 30 minutes to clean him up. Literally. And I saw some of your guests were coming through. They're like, you all right? You okay? You're okay? And I was like, yeah, because obviously one of your friends had a baby as well at the same time, and they walked past and they were like, you okay? I was like,
because that was her second one as well.
Yeah. And she was like, are you okay? I was like, yeah, I'm okay. I'm gonna get, because obviously I was like, you know, the dress I was wearing for your wedding, and I had a fascinator and all of this, so of course I was coming to the wedding.
I know, so they knew you were coming, yes. And obviously your hormones were probably everywhere. Because it was literally like months later.
I think he was 3 months old. 4 months, 4 months, 3 months, 4 months.
So yeah, I mean, that'd be a good story, especially if questions, sorry.
Yeah.
Especially if someone's having a bit of a heartfelt, I thought, conversation with it might line up.
Yeah.
At the end.
You will, for sure. Oh, but that was absolutely amazing. Thank you for coming over.
You're welcome.
Spending time with me and doing this podcast. You are doing a great job.
Thank you.
You will get there when your hormones and everything balance out. Yes. But just keep being you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Congratulations on your news. And this is amazing. I think it's really going to take off.
Oh, thank you.
It's been like, I really enjoyed listening to your prior one, so it's been really
good. Oh, thank you. Well, you'll be back. You definitely
be back. Be back. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't have kids. I'm joking.
Why have we got 3?
You were saying that and you've got like 5.
5 and a dog.
Sorry. But all right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And yeah, that's it.
Enjoy. That's good. I enjoyed it.